welcome to part number 7 of the Mega Man X3 Kirby Challenge. Yes, we are back in Tunnel Rhino stage, and yes, that means we have to listen to this song again. Now, I've seen that people actually like this song. Really? People actually like this song. I understand that everyone is allowed to have their own opinions on things, but I don't even see the appeal to this song. It just sounds terrible to me. But if you like this song, then fine, I guess. I don't like you. Not really, but I just... If you like this song, explain to me why you like it, because I just don't understand. Anyways, here we need to get a health upgrade and the helmet upgrade, which for the first time in the X series is actually useful. Now, the helmet upgrades in X1 and X2 were just not useful at all. The one in X1 really was only useful in a few situations, and the radar thing they had in X2 was really weird. I don't know how they expected you to use that to find items, but it just didn't work in my opinion. It was an experiment they tried, but it just didn't work. But in X3, they got it right. Whenever you enter a level with the helmet upgrade, a grid map of the level will appear, and it will show you where all the items are. And that is good game design. This game is just filled with good and bad game design. I feel like this game could have been really great if they just fixed some of the core problems of it, like some of the design of the levels and the X-Buster upgrade. And personally, I'm not a fan of the music, but some people actually like this soundtrack, so whatever, you can like this soundtrack if you want. It's got some good songs, in my opinion, but there's a lot of bad ones. Anyways, you need the Buster upgrade to get the two upgrades here. You just use the charged Triad Thunder, and then you will pound the ground and cause things to fall down and such. I don't know. I don't really understand how it works, but yeah, it's cool. It's one of my favorite weapon specials in the series. It just looks really cool. It's not as interesting as the one from the gravity well, which we'll be seeing later, but I still think it's interesting. Oh look, more item collection! We're back in Blast Hornet stage. Now, X3 tried this new system with upgrades where you can choose one of 4 additional upgrades. So you can choose another helmet upgrade, another leg upgrade, another buster upgrade, or another body upgrade. Now, normally you can only choose one at a time, but if you get all of the items in the game and then you go to Doppler 1, you can get all 4 of them at the same time. But since we can't get all of the items in the game, we have to choose one of these additional upgrades to get. Now, I choose the helmet one simply because it's the easiest one to get to. You just go to Blast Hornet stage, use the air dash here, and go collect it. Now, this extra helmet upgrade allows you to restore health when you're standing still. Really not useful for me in this challenge, but for a normal player, it's actually really good because if you're in a boss hallway, you can restore all of your health before you fight the boss. And I believe you can also use it to recharge your sub-tanks. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Can anyone confirm that for me? Anyways, it's time for the main event. It is Crush Crawfish. Now, Crush Crawfish's stage really isn't that interesting, but Triad Thunder makes it a whole lot of fun. Triad Thunder is much better than most of the other weapons in this game. It's pretty powerful, but it's also very unique. In fact, it's one of my favorite weapons in the X series. Basically, when you use it, 3 balls of electricity surround you, and they connect and they make some sort of triangle, and you can run into enemies, or if you wait a few seconds, it'll kind of shoot out in 3 directions. But you want to run into enemies with it. That's the best way to use it. And I find it's a pretty good weapon. It can take out a lot of enemies in 1 shot, and even with some of the bigger enemies, it'll take them out in 1 or 2 shots. It's a pretty decent weapon. And on top of that, it's a whole lot of fun to use. This is one of the most enjoyable weapons in the X series to use. I don't know why. I mean, I've made it clear that I absolutely hate all of the shield weapons in the classic Mega Man series, but this weapon, although it functions like a shield weapon, it just feels different and it feels useful. I feel like this is how a shield weapon should be designed. All the shield weapons in classic Mega Man, they're useless, like they barely kill anything. But the Triad Thunder, it does work, and it's a lot of fun to use. I suggest you try it out next time you're playing X3. Now here's the main difficulty of this stage, this jump. Now this jump is barely possible with the Zero trick. It may look like it's not that far, but trust me, it is. You can barely make that jump. And I failed there countless times. In fact, I failed there more than any other part of the stage. I mean, it's just everything else in this stage, it's pretty simple. There's a few parts where if you mess up, you'll take a hit and you'll have to restart. But other than that, it's a pretty easy stage. But not that jump. That jump is very difficult. It is deceptively difficult. You may be thinking, oh, it doesn't look that far. Trust me, it is. And this room just demonstrates why I love Triad Thunder so much. You just use it once and you run into a bunch of enemies, and it's just so satisfying. You get that feeling of satisfaction that you really don't get with the weapons in this game. It kind of reminds me of taking out multiple enemies with the Storm Tornado. That is just satisfying, and that's what I want in a weapon in Mega Man. I want a weapon that's satisfying. And in this game, none of the weapons really do that for me. Now that generator part right there, I thought that was going to be sort of a roadblock for this stage. I thought I was going to need countless Triad Thunder shots, but luckily for me, it only took one. And sometimes with these Kirby challenges, you just come to these roadblocks where you need a bunch of shots to kill something or whatever. And that's just one of the times I felt lucky. I'm really glad that Triad Thunder took that out in one shot. But anyways, here is our boss. It is Crushed Crawfish. Now, as I described before, Crushed Crawfish is embarrassing. You can just trap him in this pattern, and he will have no chance of ever hitting you. This AI is just broken. It is broken. How did they not catch this in testing? I mean, I'm serious. How did they not catch this? This is the most obvious thing ever. How did they fail so hard here? I really think the boss AI in this game is absolutely atrocious. I don't understand how they didn't catch that. But just climb up the wall, he'll knock you down with one of his attacks, and then just use Triad Thunder, climb back up, you will win every single time. He is an absolute joke. And once we defeat Crushed Crawfish, we get his weapon. It's the Spinning Blade. Now the Spinning Blade, it's a pretty decent weapon. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. And in Neon Tiger's stage, we're going to be seeing how the weapon is both good and not so good. It's an average weapon, but we'll see it in part number 8.